Welcome to today's class. We will be talking about operations management. As you all know, operation management is very key in any organization that wants to be strategic. So what I'm going to talk about, first of all, we'll talk about the course outline for this course. And the course outline, basically at the end of this unit, you will be required to have understood Introduction to Operations Management, Product Development and Design, Operation Planning and Control, Production Systems, Plant Equipment and Maintenance, Location and Layout of Operations Management, Technologies in Operations Management, and lastly, the emerging issues in Operations Management. So let's start with our first lesson. Our first lesson is going to be introduction, definitions of terms, some of the terms that are used in operations management. The first term is production, and production can be defined as any activity of man that leads to availing of goods and services that are able to satisfy a given need or want. Any activity that is involved by man and is able to avail goods and services to the organization or able to satisfy a particular need within the organization is what we are referring to as production. The other important definition is operation. An operation can be defined as steps that are involved in the process of producing a product or a service that leads to final product. Then you also need to understand what is operations. Operations, these are processes or groups of operation, activities, or processes that can take inputs and ensure they do what is called value addition and provide outputs to the customer. And outputs are the goods that go to the customer. The customer is able to receive those goods. The other thing is manufacturing. Manufacturing is the process where raw materials are converted into a product that is sold to the customer. So that process of conversion of raw materials into finished products, and these products finally sold to the customer, is what we are referring to as manufacturing. Another important term is supply. Supply involves the activities that lead to the change of ownership of physical products. For example, wholesale or retail distribution. We also have transportation, which involves the movement of physical products or people from one place to another. Then services is our final definition, which involves all the activities that are concerned with changing the physical, intellectual, or emotional condition of a customer. So let's start now by defining what is operation management. As you all know, we've talked about operations and we've talked about management. But operation is that part of the organization which is concerned with transformation of a range of inputs into the required outputs by maintaining the level quality that is required in that organization. Management, on the other side, is the process which combines and transforms various resources used in the operation and subsystem of the organization into value-added services or goods in a controlled manner by following the policies of the organization. So basically, operations management allows a strategic growth and competitiveness of the organization depending upon the efficient and effective way of ensuring that key resources of the organizations are well utilized. Different authors have defined operation management using different definitions. The first definition, according to Risman, is that operation management refers to the direction and control of processes that transform inputs into finished goods and services. According to John Naylor, he defined operation management as that part of the organization that is concerned with creating, operating, and controlling a transformation system that takes into inputs and variety of resources and produce an output of goods and services needed by the customer. The last definition by George is that operation management is any aspect of production system that transforms inputs into finished goods and services. According to those definitions, you realize we have very major components. We have very major components that are in those definitions. And one of the components is inputs. We have transformation process and we have outputs. So operations management can be viewed into two senses. We have the restricted sense and we have the broader sense. The restricted sense views operations management as the activity of planning, organizing, controlling of production processes and the management of the interface with supporting functions, which may include production and operational management. The other sense of operation management is the broader sense. The broader sense views operations management as a relevant sphere of organizational activities, from accounting to work study, and applicable to the private, public, voluntary, and non-profit organization. It views the organization as an interaction between operations and other functional areas, which may include finance, marketing, human resource, purchasing and supply management, and other areas in the organization. So having known that, therefore, we'll go to our next lesson, which talks about the objectives of operations management. What do we want to achieve at the end of the day with operations management? One of the things that you need to achieve is to ensure capacity utilization of resources such as capital. So you're able to utilize your resources in the best way possible and ensuring that these resources work to your advantage. The other thing is to ensure effective and efficient utilization of resources. And these resources may include financial resource, human resource, and physical resources. The other important thing that you must understand or you must know is that operation management ensures proper monitoring of budgets. So you're able to monitor your budgets and ensure that you cut on your costs. It also enables you to ensure quality outputs through relevant training of staffs and regular machine and repair maintenance. So operations will allow you to train your staffs and ensure that they continually improve their various operations within the organization. It also allows customer service delivery and proper coordination of activities such as manufacturing, quality, goods. So you're able to coordinate various activities. And lastly, it ensures the efficient flow of operations and little breakdowns within the operations. So the other thing that we are going to talk about is the transformation process in operations management. As you all know, we said that operation management has various components, and one of the components are inputs. So inputs are the things that assist or facilitate the production process. For example, issues like land. So when you have land, you're able to use the land to bring goods on board. Let's say maize, for example. We have labor. Labor are the people who are working for you. The human capital. We have buildings. Buildings are the physical facilities that you need to ensure production kickstarts. We have information and we have capital. So information basically plays a very key role in ensuring that you are competitive and you're able to get the right information that will make you either improve on your product or make your product become better. Capital is the finances that you need to run your business, the money that you require. After having all those inputs in place, then it will go through a transformation process. Transformation is all about conversion. You're converting your materials, you're converting your labor, you're converting your finances and ensuring that you come up with various outputs. And outputs in this sense involves issues to do with the merchandise or the services that you offer to your customers. The other component that is very key are the feedbacks. Feedbacks, basically you receive them from other external stakeholders, like your suppliers, like your customers, like the general public. And this might include feedbacks like inventory levels, you have the labor efficiency, you have the sales volumes. And the other thing that is on the external environment is the random fluctuation of late delivery and labor turnover. Turnover is all about the number of employees who either leave your organizations or join the organization. But turnover is all about those people who leave your organizations, maybe because of poor service or poor salary or remuneration. So we are going to talk about the difference between a product and a service. The first difference is that products are tangible and services are intangible. The other one is consumption or use of that takes more than time. We have immediate consumption. So we'll read about the differences between products and services, and I believe they are self-explanatory. The last thing that we are going to cover today is the issue of material management. What is material management? Material management is the aspect of management function that allows the acquisition, control, and use of materials needed for effective flow of goods and services. And these are connected to the production process. So what are some of the objectives of material management? The first objective is that it allows minimization of material cost. So you're able to minimize your material costs. And at the end of the day, you realize you'll be making profits once you are able to control your materials. The other one is that it allows the purchase, receive, and transportation store of materials more efficiently and reduce the related cost of inventory. It also leads to cutting down on costs, therefore leading to simplification, standardization, and value analysis, and import substitution. So you are able to substitute basically by ensuring you have a standard in place for your organization. It also enables you to track new sources of supply and develop coded relationships with the suppliers. So you're able to relate better with your suppliers. And lastly, it leads to reduction of investment or tied up inventory. So remember, inventory is considered a waste in your organization. So the best level of inventory that you need to keep in your organization is the optimum level. No overstocking or understocking. So what is the role of material management in any organization? The first role is material planning. So you're able to plan for your materials. And remember, if you don't plan, then it means at the end of the day, you will fail as an organization. The other important aspect or role is scheduling. So you're able to schedule your production in the best way possible. You can also be able to control your inventory by minimizing what comes into your organization. It also leads to integration of planning activity, scheduling, and controlling of materials from design through production up to delivery of the final product to the customer. Lastly, it facilitates production activities and also leads to cost reduction through avoiding payments of idle labor. So you're able to control all those. In case you have any questions or any query, you can always feel free to ask. Nimaliza. Can you leave? Mm.